Welcome for today's event with Saniona. This is a Q&A session and a briefly update on the company. And with me today I have the CEO of Saniona, Rami Levin. Welcome, Rami.
Hi, Klaus. Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome. And my first question today is actually, what is Saniona? If you could tell us that briefly.
Sure. So Saniona is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company. We're focused on discovering, developing, and ultimately, as we get closer to commercialization, also building our commercial capabilities. We are focused on rare diseases, and all our science is focused on that as well. Our shares are listed on NASDAQ in Stockholm. Our research organization is based in Copenhagen, where the company was founded. And over the past couple of years, we have spent time and effort in building our corporate offices in the Boston area.
Thanks a lot. And then very shortly, what is your investment rationale, Rami?
So as I mentioned, we are a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company. And what is unique about Saniona is not only do we have an asset in mid-stage clinical development, we also have a drug discovery engine platform, which will fuel our future portfolio moving forward. So when it comes to our lead asset, Tesomet, we are developing Tesomet for two rare disorders. The first one is hypothalamic obesity, and the second one is Prader-Willi syndrome. In both cases, we have initiated a phase 2b trial, which is ongoing. And in both cases, we received orphan drug designation for Tesomet in both of those indications. We are expecting top-line results from our PWS trial in the first half of next year, and in HO in the second half of next year. But as I mentioned, we are more than just about Tesomet. We have a whole drug discovery engine which will fuel our portfolio moving forward. Our lead asset coming out from our drug discovery engine is SAN711, which we are exploring for rare neuropathic disorders. We have initiated a phase 1 trial back in June of last year, and we are expecting the results from that trial in a few months. Behind SAN711, we have SAN903, is about a year behind. We are planning to move SAN903, which we are exploring for rare inflammatory, fibrotic, and hematological disorders. We are planning for SAN903 to move into phase 1 and start phase 1 in the second half of this year. But behind SAN711 and SAN903, we have a whole database of ion channel modulators, which we intend to continue to develop and data mine with the very clear goal to identify a next treatment for the next rare diseases. We will be announcing a new molecule coming out from our database, which will follow SAN711 and SAN903, which will move from the very early discovery into research. We also have a validation of our science through multiple partnerships that we have in place. And what those do for us is not only do they validate the science, but they will be an important secondary revenue stream into the company down the road. And last but not least, we have a very experienced executive team. Most of our executive team have worked in the biotech industry and specifically in rare diseases for many, many years. And they bring that experience of building companies as well into Saniona, which is exactly what we plan to do here moving forward.
Thanks a lot for the briefly update, Rami, and you've done a very good job so far in Saniona. And I know that you have a very interesting long-term vision, and this long-term perspective is very important to understand as an investor. Do you want to elaborate a little on that, Rami?
Sure, I think that's a great point. So in biotech, we can't look short term. This is a long-term vision because, to bring products to market takes a long time, takes a lot of money. To get products into the market, it's a risky area generally. Clearly, our long-term vision has to be long-term. Our long-term vision is to build a successful rare disease company. Many of us have done so in other companies. I myself was built the organization, Sobi's organization in North America. Many of the leadership team have done so in other organizations as well. And we want to bring that expertise here into Saniona and build Saniona into what we all believe and what I believe Saniona can be, a successful rare disease company. But as I said, that will take time. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah. And with that said, what are you most excited about in the near term?
So first of all, I think it's important to acknowledge all the achievements from 21 as we are now starting 22, because that was a very important year for us with a lot of milestones that were achieved, starting from the orphan drug designation that we achieved for Tesomet, both for hypothalamic obesity and Prader-Willi syndrome, as well as the initiation of 3 clinical trials. 2 phase 2b trials with Tesomet and PWS and HO, as well as the initiation of a phase 1 trial with SAN711. So 2021 was a remarkable year where we were able to advance our clinical development. But as I look at 2022 and 2023, will be very exciting years. In 22, we are expecting to begin with the top line results from our phase 1 with SAN711 that will be coming in a few months. And as we move into the second half of the year is when we will initiate another phase 1 trial with SAN903. We are expecting an approval determination for tesofensine for general obesity from our partner in Mexico, Medix. Once the product is approved in Mexico, we will be receiving double-digit royalties on net sales. We are also expecting to announce a new ion channel modulator, which will advance into our pipeline later this year. And as we move into 23, that is when obviously our top line data from our 2 phase 2b trials will come out, which we are very much looking forward to. So very exciting, couple of years ahead of us with a lot of news, hopefully to be able to share with the market.
Thanks a lot, Rami. And with that said, for current and potential investors, if you want to deep dive into this diversified company, Saniona, please look into the YouTube channel on Saniona, or you could look into our platform and learn more about the company. So thanks a lot, Rami. And with that said, we stop the event here.
Thank you, Klaus. Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome.